approach to it is that, it's a business and people want to make money. And therefore, in order to make it attractive to the Muslim community, you need that halal label, don't you? Because it's not going to be attractive to the Muslim community if you don't put the halal label. So that's the most cynical group of people who might just stick halal on something, even though they've not really looked into it whatsoever.
Yeah. So again, we can talk upon this. So in relation to fatwas and understanding that in this market, so we could just use this section of our webinar to talk about what's the process now, because as you know, our emerging market has started to become a lot more astute from where we were a few years ago, and now the fatwas are becoming a lot more nuanced because people are starting to identify, hold on, what we thought was a halal standard halal business, standard halal enterprise, standard halal food, it isn't. Like E471 was the crazy number that came out, right? And then the halal food guys, and that pushed the audience or pushed our communities into understanding food better. But now we're in a place where, because we're talking mainly about business, entrepreneurship, investment, property, etc., we're seeing those nuances, and again, another wave coming soon, right?
Yeah, I think it's a mixture of ignorance, and it's a mixture of sort of maybe I'll pick my words carefully, maybe not doing enough due diligence. So let me just focus on the ignorance part. Is people make assumptions, like you just mentioned there. Let's just pick up that example you gave. E471 doesn't sound like it's haram, doesn't sound like pork, doesn't sound like alcohol. E471 sounds like some kind of chemical, must be manufactured in a laboratory somewhere. Sounds pretty okay, should be all right, type of thing. So you get that obviously in the entrepreneurial world, in the business world, where, okay, I can't see the word pork, I can't see the word alcohol, I can't see the word riba. Should be all right, shouldn't it? It's business, it's buyu, it's trade, it's okay. The Prophet ﷺ was a tradesman, so it should be all right. We kind of strange assumptions that people make, and that's the kind of ignorant side of it. The other side of it, which if we take a slightly cynical approach to it, is that it's a business and people want to make money, and therefore, in order to make it attractive to the Muslim community, you need that halal label, don't you? Because it's not going to be attractive to the Muslim community if you don't put the halal label. So that's the most cynical group of people who might just stick halal on something, even though they've not really looked into it whatsoever. And then the other group of people who maybe are well intended, but just feel that, but unfortunately lack the expertise and skills, and you just kind of think, oh, it must be all right. So I would broadly split them into those two groups, Umar.